You all have curiosity to know. I mean, whenever we come to know something new, we want to explore more. We are more curious. Is there any end to it? No, right? I mean, you keep on exploring, getting excited. But I have come to know one thing, and from that one thing, I now know everything. You don't believe me? Is it a joke? Some science fiction? No, guys. It's not like that. I didn't explore the universe about knowledge. I did. I did a lot of exploration. But there seems to be no end to it. But I never lost hope because every time I come to know something new, there is still something new left to explore. I have gone through NASA, science, physics, technology, anthropology, astrology, whatever you can think of. But there were limitations. No answers came out of them. In the end, even NASA themselves declare we don't know why the universe begins. At least they are innocent enough to declare that. But some have a completely wrong belief in their life and they stop exploring and just declare that's enough. We can't explore more and we think that's it. There is nothing more to know. The Big Bang happened because it was supposed to happen. That's the only reason, and that reason is no reason. Guys, there is much to explore. Don't yet give up. At least have hope. Some have even lost that hope. Let me tell you something, my friends. Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane, but never lose hope. One day you will surely find that answer like I did and will declare that now I too know everything from that one thing alone. What's that answer? I will give you some hints as well. What you are exploring outside in the universe is all inside of you. And you know what? Even more than the universe. Universe has limitations, but you have no limit. Let's continue. If you were a child, how could you be young? And if you were young, how can you be old? Surely there must be someone within you who was not that child. That's why children also came and went. Youth also came and went. Old age will also come and go. Birth also come. Death also come. And there is someone who is standing within all this. And everything is coming and going like stations when you are in a train. If this distance is visible, then what we consider to be ours are just states. Our being has passed from there, but we are not the same. Krishna is saying to remember that. There was a question. The soul leaves this body and enters another body. In the time between death and birth, does the soul merely exist or is it also an expression? What is the nature of the soul in that state? The gap between leaving one body and entering another body, there is some expression in that gap, that there is only existence. There is also an expression, but that expression does not occur within the body as we are familiar with it. The medium of that expression changes completely. That expression is the expression of the subtle body that can also be seen in a special tuning. Just like the radio can be heard in a particular tuning, it can also be touched by special arrangement. But the ordinary book, the body as we know it, no longer exists when we are buried. But that is not the only body within us. There are other bodies and the bodies within it also. There is a web of bodies inside it. In normal death, only the first body falls. The other body hidden behind it travels within us, with us as well. Call it subtle body, call it any name, call it astral body, call it any name. It travels with us. All our memories, all our experiences, all our actions, and all our rituals are stored in that body. That body travels with us. That body can be seen. It is not very difficult to see it. It cannot be unseen. Rather, it is very simple to see when you are ready. And as the world has progressed in civilization, it has become a little difficult. Otherwise, it was not so difficult. Some things have been lost and have become difficult for us to see. Only we are not used to seeing them. Our minds have turned away from that direction. We have stopped exploring in that direction. Otherwise, that subtle body can be seen very easily. It can still be seen. And now very successful efforts have been made to look at it on scientific grounds also. Hundreds of thousands of pictures have also been taken of that subtle body. Investigations have also been done with all scientific equipment. There are so many of us sitting here. We are not the only ones sitting here. If someday we are able to develop a different kind of camera very well, which has now definitely happened, because pictures have started being taken only for subtle bodies, and the pictures here can be taken someday with the camera which can capture even subtle bodies. If it becomes possible, then there will not be as many people visible as are sitting. Many people will be visible who are not visible to us. You might have seen shows related to paranormal activities where voice and audios are available even for the unknown, unseen. It is said about Mahavir's meeting that there used to be huge crowds in them, and many types of people were included in that crowd. Those who had come from the villages to see and listen were included in it. Those who had come to listen from the sky also participated. Those consciousnesses are always present everywhere. Sometimes those consciousnesses also try their best to become visible to you. Sometimes those consciousnesses can be seen even if you try, but their visible relation with them is special, not common. There is a body between the journey from one body to another. Because if the subtle body is not there, then a new body cannot be accepted. If we talk about the subtle body in the language of science, then it is a built-in program. There is a plane, a blueprint for adopting a new body. There is a plan, sorry. Otherwise, it will be difficult to accept the new body. So with that plan, whatever you have accumulated till now in this life, which is called as sanskar, experience, knowledge, karma, whatever you have accumulated, whatever you are, is all there in it. Have you ever noticed that the last thought you have when you sleep is the first thought you have when you wake up in the morning? If you haven't seen it, take a look. At the time of falling asleep at night, in the last moment of falling asleep, the thought you have at that time will be your first thought when you wake up in the morning. The last thought of the night will be the first thought of the morning. Where was that thought all night? You had fallen asleep. It should have been lost by now. It keep waiting in your subtle body. You would get up again. It would hold you again. Recently, I noticed when my mechanic told that your car will be ready. So he said, I will call you, but I sleep with my phone silent. I don't want my sleep to be, wakened by people. I'm very, curious about my sleep. I don't want anyone to wake me up. But still, before sleeping, I had that in mind. So, I wake up by myself. I wake up after 8 hours. I have to put an alarm, but I wake up by myself, and then I noticed that I remember I have to get my car. So, I went and then took the car, and I noticed even the mechanic was calling me when I was falling asleep. So maybe I was doing some astral body transformation. So let's continue. As soon as you leave this body, you set out on a journey carrying on a built-in program, a blueprint, a map of all the aspirations, desires and wishes for your entire life in your astral body for your entire life. That map will wait until you assume the new body. As soon as the body is eclipsed, whatever possibilities become available in the body, whatever opportunities become available, that subtle body will start manifesting those things. But there comes a time when even the subtle body is no longer with you. seriously.